Hey everyone, how are we doing? It is the week 10 weekly quest, and this one is travel distance while holding aspect of combat or speed. 250 meters in total need to be done, and I'm going to show you the battle for both bosses and getting the aspect from each. So the first fight is at Mount Olympus, which means we are going to be taking on Zeus. It is in the storm, unfortunately, so he will take damage, as will you. Same will apply to the minions when they come. So as with any of the boss fights, you need to throw the statue to the ground to challenge them, and then Zeus will appear in front of his throne. All you need to do is take him down. So that's stage 1. Once you break him down, he will fall to his knees, a shield will appear around him, and his minions will begin to spawn into the game. Once you take out his minions, it will then move on to the third and final stage, which will be him re-energizing and getting back into the fight. This is when Zeus is at his most dangerous. I would suggest making sure you've got a lot of healing with you, because if this wasn't in the fight, it can be quite healing intensive. I don't know, the AI for the minions at this location, I always seem to find they're a lot more accurate than against any other boss. Now that is stage 3 starting. Minions are all done. He will pop into the game. He does have a tendency to call in some other minions, so just be wary of that, and then it is just a case of taking him down. Once you kill him, he will drop his mythical huntress rifle. He'll drop a few other bits and pieces as well, but most importantly you want to get that aspect, because that's what you need to be carrying. So once you get that, your location will be exposed. I am about to die, but I'll knock off 100 meters in distance off of that. That's where the wings of Icarus come in really handy for a quick escape and covering damage. So next up we are going to Brawler's Battleground, where we will be taking on Ares. And we have done just the same as we did before. We are throwing his statue to the ground and challenging him. His is very much similar to Cerberus and Hades, where it's 2 waves of mobs. Once you've done both waves of mobs, then he will spawn into the game. He will also spawn with minions. Okay, that is the first wave done. Second wave has spawned in, which is another 3 minions. So we'll dispatch them quite quickly. On the third wave, then Ares will spawn in with 2 minions. One thing to be very wary of, and I'll remind you now, is battlegrounds can be really exposed. It's really open, which means that you can be very prone to attack by other players, and it can be difficult sometimes to figure out where that can be coming from. I like to get myself into the buildings, just in at the sides when attacking Ares, simply because it just gives a wee bit of protection from other players. One good thing about Ares is that when he lands, he always lands in that spot there, in the middle of that Colosseum, and he's always vulnerable for a few seconds unless you're really close by, so you can line up your attack and get a wee bit of damage in on his shields before he has time to react, which makes it a little bit easier than some of the other fights. I tend with Hades and others, they automatically seem to know where you are and attack you. Ares is a little bit slower in terms of reacting to that. So Ares is nearly down, and there we go. There is the aspect of combat just dropping in. Make sure you grab his mythic as well. Good thing about this ground is because there are a lot of Olympus chests, there is the opportunity that you might find a set of wings of Icarus. If you can pick these up at the start before the fight happens, then it will make this a hell of a lot easier, because as soon as you pick up that aspect, even if there are other players, you can just jump and fly away and get your 250 meters done very quickly. That is the video, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.